Hi, I'm Chef Brett McCarthy, and welcome to West Kentucky Community and Technical College's Cooking at the College, West Kentucky's very own cooking show. Today we're going to be making a raspberry chicken. It's basically 2 grilled breasts of chicken, and it has a wonderful raspberry sauce. We're using a Chambord liqueur, which is a raspberry liqueur in it, and is absolutely delicious. And we've garnished it with just a dollop of sour cream. You can use some creme fraiche in its place if you have it, but a very nice dish. I'm going to come right over here, and I'm going to start out with 2 skinless, boneless chicken breasts. Essentially, I'm just going to lightly pound them. Now, you've noticed that I have plastic wrap both on the bottom and on the top of these breasts. The idea is to prevent splatter and to keep the raw chicken juices, which could be full of salmonella, from splattering onto your other ingredients that might be in close proximity to the food. So what we'd like to do is simply pound these out. I'm just going to lightly pound them, okay? It may sound like I'm beating the heck out of them, but I'm really not. Okay, I'm just lightly pounding them. These are a little bit thicker. Sometimes I wonder what Purdue gives their chickens, because they got awfully big breasts, but you know, what are you going to do? Okay, so we got them lightly pounded out, okay? I'm going to just take a little bit of olive oil, all right, and just coat them. All right. And just a little bit of salt and white pepper, okay? You can use black pepper, no big deal, but if you have white pepper, that's great. Usually the ratio of my salt to white pepper would be about a 2-to-1 ratio, okay? Sometimes you can put some garlic powder in it, and that's called a trimix in our industry. It's basically garlic powder or granulated garlic, salt, and white pepper. And it's always more salt than the other two, okay? I'm just going to sprinkle that over there. I always season my meats, okay, before I put them on the grill, whether that's beef, chicken, pork, or whatever. I always season my meats. Very important thing to do. All right. Okay, we're going to take this off here. All right. We're going to go right over here, and we're going to put this right on the grill. Okay, and I have this already preheated. We want to have a preheated grill. All right. I'm going to put the other one on there as well. Okay. The key behind grilling chicken to seal in the juices is to ensure that you have a very hot grill. Okay, you're going to sear it, and what that will do is it'll retain the juices as well as make it more flavorful. I'm going to mark these, and some of you might be wondering how you get that nice diamond pattern on fish and chicken. I'm going to show you how that's done. Essentially, again, you have to have a very hot grill, and it also helps to have a grill that is with cast iron grates or very heavy grates so that you can get those marks. Those very thin aluminum grates that you might have on a typical charcoal grill usually won't give you the same marks because they just don't heat up hot enough. So this gets nice and hot. I like this as a more of a personal grill, and works quite well. Okay. We're going to just turn it just about a quarter of the way here. I'm going to just press down. All right, and we're going to wait. Now you saw that only about a minute. I'm trying to sear it first, okay? And then I'm going to turn it so that I can get the markings, and then I will turn it over, and that will finish the cooking. And I won't turn it back onto the other side again. Just before I turn it over, and put a little bit of seasoning on that side. You don't want to, after you've seared the meat, you don't want to season it because you've already sealed it out, and all that's going to happen is that the salt and the pepper and whatever spices you have is just going to sit right on top of the meat. Okay, we have a nice diamond pattern there, very pretty. And we're going to finish it off here. So nice and pretty there. I'm going to turn up the heat on the front burner just so that I can get, you can see that's okay. We're just going to let that cook. And while that is cooking, I'm going to bring you over here and we're going to start the sauce for this dish. Incidentally, I've just cleaned up my board. I don't have anything to worry about here. I don't have any salmonella juices or anything like that. And I have a nice clean board. What we have here is we have some sugar, about 2 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, salt, about 4 ounces or so, maybe even 6 ounces of fresh raspberries, frozen raspberries, I apologize, and a little bit of apple raspberry concentrate. This is what you make the like apple juice out of, apple raspberry juice. You get that in the frozen aisle. And I got a little Chambord here. Okay. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these ingredients and make a wonderful sauce for that chicken. It'll be very delicious. Okay, so essentially what I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to put in the raspberries. All right, see those are bubbling away there. Put a little bit of this juice, okay. This is very concentrated. It's an apple raspberry juice concentrate, so it's very sweet indeed. Okay. I'll sprinkle in just a tiny bit of salt there. I'm going to turn this down just a bit there. The salt just cuts the sweetness a little bit. All right. And I'm going to add a little bit of whipping cream. I'm not trying to create a cream sauce here. I'm just trying to use it to thicken it up. And you'll see that'll darken quite substantially. It'll turn into a very nice opaque sauce. Oh, I got a little blueberry in there too. Okay. Just a tiny bit of Chambord. Again, that's that raspberry liqueur. You don't need to do much of that. I'd say about a tablespoon. The recipe that I will provide with the show will give you the exact amounts. Swirl that around a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar. Okay. And finally, about 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay. I'll make that into a nice butter sauce. And again, we have a creamy texture here, but it's not a cream sauce. Now, while that is going, I'm going to check over here at my chicken, make sure that I'm doing well with that. Now, just so you know how to check chicken, okay, obviously you can feel it. That feels done to me, but I'm not satisfied with that because chicken is one of those things that can be very fickle. All right, so I'm going to come in with my little thermometer here, okay, and it looks like it needs just a little bit more time because it's only at 120 degrees so far. And so I'm going to give that just a few more minutes. And if you look over here, to show you how well this does work, and you want to get the probe all the way into the center. If you just go into the top, you're not going to get a true reading, okay? Down the center, and this is doing just fine. This is at about 150 or so, okay? We want 160, and then that'll be done, okay? So we're just going to give that just a few more minutes. Okay, that sauce is done. Basically, we just want a nice sauce that coats a spoon. Just bring over a spoon right here. You can see that it's just very nice and thick. Actually, I'm just going to thicken that up just a little bit more. All right. In here, I have my plates heating, nice and warm. I'm going to take one of these plates out and set it right on the table here. Okay. It's getting nice and thick there. Has a nice flavor. Okay. That's a nice taste. That butter just adds a nice creaminess flavor to it. Okay. All right. So this is done right now. I'm going to bring this over to my cutting board. Okay, we're going to lay our chicken down on our board here. We're just going to come right across here. Slice it right down center. And we want it moist, so I cook it just through. By the time it reaches the board and by the time it gets to the plate, it's going to be fully cooked through. So we don't want to overcook our chicken. A lot of times we overcook our chicken and it's not very tasty. Okay? And that's very easy to do. That's why that temperature works so well, because if I get it right at 150, I know that I got about 10 degrees that it's going to continue to cook and it'll be nice and moist and flavorful. Very important technique. Okay, I'm going to bring this over here, just like that, and right like that. Okay, very pretty. Got a nice sauce here, and we're going to just pour that, drizzle that right there. I'm going to take just some fresh raspberries just to garnish that a little bit. If you feel so inclined, you can take the chicken and simply put it in the sauce. Tastes good. Actually in the pan. All right. I'm just going to take a dollop, and you can use creme fraiche, sour cream. It's just a nice complement to the tanginess of the raspberry and the sweetness. The sour cream just kind of gives it a little bit of a nice effect, what we call a layered effect in our industry. We use a lot of layered effects. That gives a complexity to things. So what we want to do is always have complexities, but we don't want competing flavors, and that's sometimes very hard for people who are just learning the trade to understand that complexity does not necessarily mean that you have a whole bunch of different flavors. It simply means that you have a lot of flavors that complement one another. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then I'm going to just put a little sprig of parsley there, and there you have it. That is the raspberry chicken, grilled breasts with raspberry sauce, and bon appetit.
Higher education begins here.
At West Kentucky Community and Technical College, there are lots of reasons education begins here. Reason number 9, experienced faculty. Our faculty is focused on you and your educational goals. Our faculty bring real-world experience into the classrooms. West Kentucky can help you start your educational career on a firm foundation. Need more reasons to begin here? Call today.
Welcome back to Cooking at the College, West Kentucky's own premier cooking show, and I'm Chef Brett McCarthy with West Kentucky Community and Technical College's Culinary Arts program. I'm so happy to be here before you to show you some more things. One of our students, of course we have midterms and final exams just like any other college program here at West Kentucky. And one of the things that I had the students do was a midterm exam where they had to pick a recipe and finish that recipe within certain time constraints. And one of our students came up with poached pears. Actually, it's a roasted pear. I'm sorry, let me correct myself. It's a roasted pear. And I've done poached pears before, and I thought this was just very unique, and I thought that the student was very innovative to come up with this particular dish. I've just changed it just slightly. I'm going to be adding some orange liqueur, and you can use Grand Marnier, but I'm using triple sec because I wasn't able to get Grand Marnier today. As you know, due to the election, the liquor stores are closed until 6 p.m. I suppose that's because they don't want the politicians drinking until after the election, so that's why I couldn't get the Grand Marnier that I wanted. So anyways, this is the, just a little joke there. Please don't write hate mail, all right? Anyways, we have the Chinese pears. These are red pears from Asia, Asian red pears. We have a little lemon juice, okay, which I'm going to do some fresh lemon juice. Some butter, sugar, and a little bit of water, and also a vanilla bean. Very simple ingredients. Okay, and the first thing that we're going to do, and actually, you know what? I'm going to peel my pears. I'm going to do that first. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down, and I'm just going to peel the pear here. Peel the pear. Say that 10 times. And not while you're drinking the triple sec. All right. Just going to peel it down just like that. We'll get the bottom here. I'm going to do the other one here. This will be enough for 4 servings. Okay, we'll just take off that excess. I'm going to split that right down the middle. Open that right up. Just like that. And I'm going to just take a little bit off the bottom here, okay, so that it seats really nice. This is a way to make sure that if you're doing anything roasting, you can have it so that it doesn't roll around on you. I'm going to take out the core. Essentially, I'm just going to go right around the core just like that. Just like that. Well, almost like that. Okay. Take that out just like that. So essentially, we're just taking this these cores out. I'm going to spoon that right out there. And that's all there is to it, okay? We're going to take these and we're going to put them right into the a non-stick pan. It doesn't necessarily have to be non-stick. It'll just make it a little bit easier for removing them when we are all done. All right. Very next step, simply to take this vanilla bean, all right? Vanilla beans are very expensive at the store. I can get them a lot cheaper commercially speaking, but for some reason they are very expensive in the retail market, about $9 for 2 vanilla beans. This only is half a vanilla bean, so this will make 4 recipes worth. It is very strong. And I'm just going to take my paring knife. Okay, you want a real sharp knife. Okay, be careful that you hold the vanilla bean at the right here so that you're cutting away from yourself and from your fingers. Okay, and within the pod are all the seeds here. Okay, the dried seeds, and we're simply going to scrape that into a 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay, I'm going to simply take that and I'm just going to swirl that around. You can see now we have a vanilla sugar. You want to know how you made a vanilla sugar? Well, here it is. Okay, simply the insides of the, and you can use this for all different things. That if you wanted to have a vanilla flavored drink, or put this in hot chocolate or something like that and give it a nice vanilla flavor, it'd be very delicious. Okay. Next thing that we want to do is take some fresh lemon juice, and I just have some cheesecloth wrapped around a lemon, and that's going to keep the seeds from going onto the pears there. And I'm just going to sprinkle all that on there. These lemons, especially during the winter, don't have a tremendous amount of juice on them. Okay. All right. We're then going to take a little bit of that sugar. And quite a bit of it, and it's not, can be quite generous with this. You may not have to use all of it. All right. A little bit of butter. This is going to be, when this butter and sugar come together, it's going to create a caramel sauce. It's going to give that a lot of flavor. And I'm going to put a little bit of water in the bottom. Then I'm going to just douse it with just a little bit of triple sec. If you want a real nice flavor, and that's about 2 tablespoons worth, if you're wondering. Okay. Again, that'll all be in the recipe and give you the exact directions. You can also get the directions on our website at westkentucky.kctcs.edu. Okay. This is going to go into a 375-degree oven. And through the power of television, we already have one prepared, of course. You're going to want to periodically, it's about 25 to 30 minutes, you're going to want to periodically baste the pears. It's going to take about 25 minutes and baste it. I just took one of our pastry brushes just to get that nice color on there, and you can see that the vanilla bean has gotten in there and given it a lot of flavor. In fact, actually, I had forgotten to put the vanilla beans in the other one. I'm just going to put that right in there. I'll give it a nice sauce flavor, okay? Now, the carcass of the vanilla bean is still full of flavor, so we want to still use that, especially being as expensive as it is. Okay? We're going to just bring this right over here and just layer it right there. A little extra sauce. Okay, I just made 2 for here. And I'm going to run and get us some nice French vanilla ice cream, just a dollop right on there. So we'll be right back. Hi, welcome back, and I have my ice cream here out of the freezer. This is nice French vanilla ice cream. I'm just going to put that right on there. And that is just gorgeous, the nice golden color of the French vanilla. I like the French vanilla ice cream. French vanilla versus a regular vanilla ice cream actually has egg yolks in it, okay? Of course, they pasteurize the egg yolks before putting it in. And, you know, just has a very nice contrast with the browns and the yellows and everything like that. Very beautiful color. Enjoy it, and bon appetit. These are my children, Sean and Katie, and they're going to be trying the dessert that we just made, roasted pears with French vanilla ice cream. And kids, do you want to try it?
Yeah.
All right. Get a good piece of it there. This is not kid-friendly dessert, guys, okay? But they will. You want to help, son, honey? There you go. I shall feed you there, honey. There you go. How about that? Is that good? They'll probably finish that whole thing off. So we'll just let them finish that off. And until next time, thank you for joining us once again at West Kentucky Community and Technical College's Cooking at the College, West Kentucky's premier cooking show.